Of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny.
And I am Ronnie.
And on today's episode, okay, I'm going to give some background. So yesterday I was on the show when we went to break, and I looked at my Facebook page, which I probably shouldn't do. I should be more focused on the show, but I did it.
I'm telling you myself. Multitask. It's okay.
Yeah, and I looked and I saw a newspaper article, and it says, City Councilman Art Morales doesn't seek re-election. So immediately I text him while we're doing the show. I texted him. I'm like, I forget what I said. Like, what's going on? Or say what?
Are you okay?
Yeah. Got to check on my buddy.
And so, I'm like, isn't he on the show right now?
Aren't you interviewing somebody right now?
But so I called you. I reached out and we talked a little bit. And I wanted to get you on the show so you could tell everybody, tell the world, because we're a worldwide show, why you didn't seek re-election. And we're going to definitely get to that. So thank you for being with us after that long introduction.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
I will say little sad about it.
Yeah,
I will admit that. You are a exceptional councilman, and I can say this because this is my show. Anyway, but no, you're really good, because here's the thing: when somebody in the community had a question, because people come to me and think I got answers, and I don't, but I do know Art Morales. That's the way it worked, right? Like somebody would ask me this about the city, and I would reach out to you, and you would always make sure to call them back, find out the answers, do the research, and get back to them and give them the most amount of information on that topic that you possibly could. And if you couldn't, then you would find out who would be the next person to do that. So I really always appreciated that. And I don't have that resource anymore. So stop hitting me up, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, thank you. And you'll always have me as a resource. I mean, that's the beauty of this one. I still have a year left.
Okay.
And so people have asked me already, what's been your biggest success, your biggest disappointment or failure? I'm like, hey, you asked me that 12 months from now.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's actually over.
Not done. I'm still there. I'm not done.
You haven't left yet.
Yeah. And even then, as I mentioned in the paper, not being on council doesn't take away being a resource. I mean, every resident has complete access to council members. The city has great resources to pull from, whether it be online or phone numbers or emails. So as long as I'm part of the community, myself and other current, past, future council members will always be a resource.
Sure.
Should always be a resource.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's get started. How long have you been on council, or how long will your term have been once you're no longer with us?
So a council member's term is 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this December is 3 years.
Okay.
2026 will be my final year, which is why I felt it was appropriate to make the announcement now.
Yeah.
So I can be a resource to anyone that's out there looking to run for council as a resident of Yuma. I want to have a lot of options.
Okay.
That's the only way you're going to have a good council. There's 3 seats opening up.
Oh, wow.
One mayor seat. I can't speak on the other folks on what they're doing, but as a resident, I truly believe that, or I'll say this, even though I'm on council, we do have a good council right now. It's well balanced. We don't agree on everything. There's things that we do agree on. But in order to have that dynamic, you have to have a lot of candidates to choose from.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go back to the early days. What originally made you or prompted you to run for council?
Two primary things. I'll say 3, but 2 primary things. Commercial banker by trade. And so I deal with businesses all the time, day in and day out. So I get to hear opportunities, challenges, or concerns, what they would like to see. So I've been a banker for 27 years. So you're constantly hearing the economic needs of the community. The other part of it is serving on different boards, committees for about 15 years. You also get to hear the nonprofit aspect of it. So it was time. It was time. My family is here. I have a 24-year-old daughter. She's 24 now. 7-year-old daughter, a 1-year-old son. Well, back then I only had my eldest daughter.
Yeah.
And then my Paris came along.
The gap.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another show.
That's another story.
Yeah.
That's my relationship.
That's the Ronnie. That's your yes. But with that being said, I just wanted to fulfill needs now, but also for the future.
So something that maybe for your kids, right?
Yes.
As well, because you're hearing this, like you said, the commercial banker, you're hearing the needs on an economic level. Then because you're a banker, you're on different boards to go out there and hear more needs.
Yes.
Right. And so you said you want to make a difference.
It was just, it felt organic or natural not sure the right way to put that, to run for election. That's always a conversation that people have amongst their peers. And one day I chose to say yes. And here I am, to your point.
Yeah. So what was that like in the early days running? Like, because being a politician, it's a little bit different. You got to run. You got to get people to vote for you. Was that natural for you, or was that like a hard learning curve?
So that's a great question, because another media outlet, they ask questions to candidates, and I think they do it every year, is what's your skill set or what's your background in politics? And initially my response was, well, I don't really have political background. And that was, to summarize my response. People that read that said, hey, you've been serving the community at that point over 10 years. That is politics. That is, you're involved with, you're working with the committee, you're working with various people, a majority, which is council, there's 7. You work with the majority when it comes to voting. And so when they asked that again, because I believe there was like a round 2, I changed my answer and I said, I have 10 years of engagement in these roles.
Yeah.
Because folks, they see the picture of the events, the galas, and they're like, oh, how much fun. That's so cool. But they don't see the background.
Yeah. All the work that goes into it.
All the work that goes into it, and the anxiety and the stress. I mean, there's some challenging stuff out there, even within the nonprofit world, but I love it. All those that participate in it love it, and we do it for the community. As corny as it sounds, that's why we do it.
So were you surprised when you got elected, or were you pretty sure because of your qualifications and everything you've done, like you said, as that banker and somebody that's on these boards?
Johnny, I fought hard.
You fought hard
during the campaign. People would tell me, Art, I think every candidate has their support group. So of course my support group would say, you've got this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You've won.
What else? Yeah. But to the day of election, I was out there.
Oh yeah.
I wanted people to know I did not. I mean, you have to care. And I was there and fought. And when I got that winning, I saw the winning numbers.
Did you stay up that night? Were you watching it?
Oh, I had a whole gathering at the Yuma Landing.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, they allowed us to utilize the room right there. And it was so awesome. And when I saw the number of votes, I was like, I have to honor every vote.
That's right.
And that's what I've been doing.
Good.
So it's been fun.
So what were the early challenges getting on council? What were those early days like? Because I think we're talking off air a little bit that you're always learning as a councilman, always forever learning. There's something to learn. But what were those early challenges?
So I'll start off with, I have to talk about myself here.
Yeah.
So
it's okay. We're here to interview you.
Yeah. Do we have another guest here? I don't know. It's only you, Art.
People are always so humble. Like they're like, don't talk about me.
So don't be humble. Okay.
Don't talk about humble.
I went into the campaign, and this is what I'll share with candidates, is not having an agenda. And I know that sounds, don't have an agenda. So I did not set myself up for failure.
Okay.
I wanted to
let's give some context. It was kind of like, I'm going to lower taxes, or I'm going to make sure that property fill in the blank, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure there's no mosquitoes in the city, or whatever.
There you go.
That's failing.
So the challenge was, which it will always be a challenge, but it's an opportunity, not a challenge, is you're learning.
Yes.
The first 2 months on council, I was assigned to meet with all the different department heads. And I was like, how many?
So hold on. So, So you're assigned, is that everybody is assigned for that? Everybody has to learn.
All the new council members get an opportunity
to meet.
Yes. And so you're visiting with all these directors and you're like, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
I'm overwhelmed.
You know what? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's the word. You get these folders with CIP budgets, and you're having to wrap your head around this. I joke with people that, for those of us that have seen The Matrix, when Neo gets that injection in the back of his neck, he just gets all this knowledge.
Data
does
download
not work that way.
No.
That's the easy way.
Yeah, you got to actually open the folders and kind of look and read and stuff. Yeah.
You're constantly going for that 4-year degree, being in government, even at the municipal level. You're constantly learning, not just from the books, but from the people, because there's a lot of residents out there that they are tuned into one item in the city, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And they'll share things with you, and you're like, as a council member, I have to admit, I was not aware of that.
Yeah,
But
you can't know everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
That's part of the process.
Exactly.
So early on, you're meeting with them. What's the purpose to meet with them? To kind of understand their position, to hear their needs? What is it? Because that could get overwhelming if you start to hear their needs, right? And you're brand new. So what was the initial reason that they introduced you to them?
Yeah. One, the introduction, just face-to-face, really personalize the experience.
Okay.
But two, primarily for us council members to have questions. They really just opened the platform and said, do you have any questions for us? You know, these folks that are on city staff, they're the ones with the background. They're the ones with the certifications and degrees. They went to school for this. And then you've got this guy that just got voted in that's supposed to, through the city administrator, guide them to help run the city. And so it's really important to have that relationship and understanding where they're coming from, and for them to hear directly from us when it's appropriate, you know, what as a council as a majority, but also individually what our thought process is.
Did you feel like inadequate or something? Like when you first started? Because I feel like you knew a lot.
No, I didn't. I would hope nobody would feel inadequate being there. But you felt like this was, you knew immediately, this is going to be a learning curve.
Yeah, exactly. Like what I thought I knew, I don't know.
Yes. I mean, I'm in banking. I understand budgets.
Yes.
Now we're talking about a municipality.
Yeah.
Completely different, different income sources that affect all of us.
That's
when
true.
we vote to raise something or take it to the ballot of the people, it affects us.
Yeah.
So not only do we have to think about the people, but of course our families.
Exactly.
And so it's important to have good people in there that really appreciate grasping the whole picture and are willing to listen to both ends of the aisle.
I see.
So what's kind of the next step after you meet everybody and you know the different departments? What's the next step in this evolution?
You mean while you're in council?
Yeah, while you're in council, early days.
Yeah, I think it changes for everybody. You're going to get a different response. Some folks would call me and say, hey, you're the beautification council member, or you're the Parks and Rec council member.
Because there's different. Oh, gotcha. So like maybe you kind of attach to one group a little bit more.
It really, I think it just organically happens.
Okay.
Unless you really want to fulfill something. I mean, I've had business owners call me and say, look, you guys are doing this. It's going to affect me positive or negative. I support or don't vote for this. But really you learn all this stuff about the city. Yeah. And you'll have one group of people that see you in this category, others in this one. A lot of people lean on me for budget conversations just because of my background.
Because of banking.
You're a banker. Yeah.
And so that was natural.
And then you said the beautification side of it, right? So how did you get involved in that? Were you kind of told to head up that department, or was that something that you?
No, so it's a commission that any resident can put their name in the ballot to be on.
Gotcha.
And so I was on there before being on council. Just because beautification is so important to attract, first of all, to keep families and businesses in Yuma, but also to attract. So I was already a part of that. Oh,
you're okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But then when I heard about the Yuma Click and Fix app, I just adopted that and said, we need to get this out there.
I like it.
It's a great tool.
Good job.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So you heard about it and then you put it on the big screen, right? Like you heard about this thing, like why don't more people know about this, right? And so you kind of took that upon yourself to say, okay, to the residents, you can have a say in getting this stuff fixed and making sure that your community looks good, right?
All the above. I mean, there's multiple categories there that we could hold each other accountable, and that's okay with us, follow ordinances. So it's a great way to have a voice into the city. A statement that I'm sure we all hear is primarily when there's a complaint, the city, and then the complaint follows. So what I've always asked people, even before I got on council, give me a name.
Okay.
There's a human back there. Because if you just say the city, well, then we're going to go in circles. But if you can get to the person, and with the Yuma Click and Fix app, I know we're not here to talk about that. Yeah. It actually gives you a name. So whether you're pleased or not pleased with the results, there's a name there of a city employee that you can reach out to and get more information.
Nice.
And so nothing's a perfect system, but I do believe it's a great resource. And for what it's worth, you're paying for it through your taxes. So
why not use it? Exactly.
Yeah, might as well use it. So you early on, you kind of gravitated to some things, and budget, like that's something that I can't even grasp, right? So that, to me, that would be a deterrent for me ever wanting to run for city council because of that. But can you say that maybe somebody on council that's their strong point, and you could run and still be on council and have that not be like, and you kind of lean on each other for it?
So that's the beauty of having different backgrounds on council. There's a lot of categories that we lean on each other.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's not just the budget. There's other areas too. And if you look at every council member, all different backgrounds, some of them can be a huge benefit. Others could be some conflict. But that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now is if we can have more candidates with multiple backgrounds, at the end of the day, then it's up to us as voters.
Yeah, because we've had like the construction councilman on. We had like the health. What is her name? Carol.
Yes.
Yeah, like she knew the health side.
Yes.
The other guy knew like the construction side.
That's right.
Chris Morris. Yeah.
There you go. Sorry.
Yeah. That's all right.
I don't remember his
That's
name.
okay.
But that's what I mean. And then you have the budget side. So it's like a whole team working
We
every
can
angle.
all bounce off each other
That's cool.
and ask questions. Yeah, we'll be in meetings and you could tell where one council member's really comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're asking all the questions and I'm the quiet one.
Just learning.
Okay.
There's another meeting where I'm doing all the questions and the other one's quiet one. And that's okay.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and so it's part of the process and you just help each other.
So then if you don't have all that experience in those things, so don't be intimidated to run, right?
Don't be intimidated. It goes back to the comment I made a few minutes ago. The city staff, they're the ones that went to school for this or got the certification or they've been there for 20, 30 years. And then you got this guy, Art Morales, that just shows up and trying to tell them how to do their job or do stuff. I mean, you don't deal with them directly. I mean, there's protocol there, but it's a fine balance. No one should ever be intimidated about being on council as long as you're willing to learn and speak to the people. Can't be shy. And you have to have thick skin.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back on the other side of the break, talk a little bit about why you decided not to seek reelection.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering listeners a one-on-one, no-obligation consultation to review their current financial affairs and provide strategies for meeting future goals. More at yivwm.com. Investment advisory services offered through CWM, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor.
This is 94.7 FM. I'm Cecilia Holland Braithwaite, peeking in from the KWC Newsroom to tell you about the KWC Student Newsroom. On the latest episode of the Hotspot podcast, reporters team up with the hosts of Siendo Primero to cover the No King's Day protest that took place in Yuma and across the country on October 18th. You can access the Hotspot online at KWC.org and also through the KWC Public Radio YouTube channel.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, we meet a family that was recently deported to Honduras despite having legal protections to remain in the U.S. We learn how their story is now part of a broader legal effort to return families like theirs who should be protected under a legal settlement with the U.S. government. That's next time on Latino USA.
Latino USA airs on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here talking to Council Member Art Morales, and we talked a little bit about the past way he decided to run for city council, some of the things that he did there, the early challenges, and what he naturally gravitated to. So now we're going to get into a little bit about why he decided not to seek re-election, which I think is what you mentioned is really honorable because he's doing it now so we could get good candidates later. So I got to really give you kudos for that because you wanted to be able to do it now. And then you're there for somebody if they think they want to run, you're going to answer their questions. You can't endorse anybody, right? Because you're still on council,
right? But
you could at least answer some questions. So let's kind of dive into that a little bit. So what was kind of the deciding factor there and why you decided not to seek?
Well, I do have to say, like, you're definitely like one of the popular council members.
Thank
so
you.
like knowing that, is this hard for you to step away? Like, why? Yeah. Why? I guess everyone's going to ask you why.
I need to humbly receive that statement. Well, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm going to bounce off that.
Sure.
The popularity or the accessibility, it's probably a more humbly way to say it, is I made myself accessible.
Yeah.
Having the support of my employer, they really allowed me to get out of the office when I needed to. And that positive response from the community is ultimately where I realized early on, I may only be able to do this one term just because the demand was there. And as I said earlier, I wanted to honor those votes. You know, for somebody to reach out to me and me tell them, I don't have time. Oh, I can't look into this. Like this person took time to get out of their house and vote.
Yep.
I put a lot of value in that.
Sure.
I put a value in my vote, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really important because we're always advocating people to get out there. So I am abundantly blessed at work and my bank job.
Yes.
And I have been balancing both to the best that I could, as best as I could. And yeah, like I said, I realized early on, I will serve my term. I will honor every vote. But I saw this early. I saw the writing on the wall. I cannot have two loves. And I love both equally. And if I can do them both, I would.
Plus balancing family.
And then family, I have now I have a 1-year-old son.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And he's defining the terrible twos that's coming up here.
Oh, that gets worse. You know that.
And
They
then,
say terrible twos. It's like 4s. It's so bad.
is this what they call it, the prequel? Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
This is the prequel.
Then I have my 7-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
and they also need me at home. And my
Sure.
wife. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I'm comfortable with the decision. But as I mentioned earlier, I still have a full year left.
That's right.
I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And even once I'm done there, I'm still going to be engaged in the community. I'm still going to be listening what's happening on council, and I will forever want to be a resource, whatever the future brings.
How early on could you see that this was probably like maybe more than you thought? Like right away?
Probably the first 6-7 months.
Yeah.
It was such a great experience, and just to give the audience a little, so they can kind of see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Part of my role as a commercial banker is I do loans. I have loan docs. It's happened multiple times where I can't get to the customer because I have a meeting related to city council.
Okay.
Or I might have to leave out of town for a conference 3 to 4 days.
Wow.
And so it's balancing those two. And I realized I'm enjoying this so much. The public is accepting me so well that it only gets better.
Yeah.
But that may not be necessarily a good thing for my job that I have to pay the bills.
Well, yeah, because it puts some practicality to it. That person that's trying to get a loan is waiting on that money, right?
Yes.
Like whatever their venture is, maybe they need it to start their own business or maybe revamp their business, or you'd know the whole host of it. They're waiting on that. But then, like you said, you have this other love over here that's saying, hey, you got to go out of town. There's this transportation meeting over here in Phoenix that you got to go to, and you got to be here. And so that definitely has to be tough. And one is putting the food on the table. The other one is not so much, right? No, you don't get paid a lot. You're not getting rich on city council.
No, but it's definitely a passion, an engagement, and
rewarding.
you are doing it for the
Yeah.
So here's the interesting thing, right? I'll say I'm doing it for the family, but they're the ones I'm neglecting during the
It's
process.
like a total double-edged sword.
It is.
Yeah,
it
you're
is.
like, what do I do?
Yeah, and my wife, 100% support.
Yeah.
She's never said no. She's been my biggest fan. But at a certain point, you have to acknowledge as a husband too, we also have young kids. That's part of the equation. I would probably be a better human being if I was putting them as the primary reason. But the support they give me, I would probably still be pushing forward. But with work and my customers, I have to serve them. And I see in politics for myself, the influence, the impact that I'm making, it's only going to get better, but it's going to put more on me.
Yeah, it's going to take you away even more.
And there will be a day of reckoning if I continue. So I think it's a good time for me to just walk away and let somebody else come in. But I want to be a resource for the next 12 months.
But I really respect that. You're just trying to find balance.
Yes.
You're trying to find balance. You're unable to. So when that happens and you're off balance, something usually leaves. Like you say yes to too many things and you're like, okay, what can I walk away from respectfully to kind of balance again? And then you never know what's going to happen in the future.
You never know what's going to happen in the future.
Right.
And, my when my 7-year-old found out I wasn't running again, her first statement to me was, "Oh, we're getting you back."
Yeah, you're like,
So
ouch.
I laughed, but then I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there's some heaviness behind
That's
that."
right.
And she gave me the biggest hug,
Aw.
and so I was like, it was like, what's the word? Reaffirmation.
Yeah, it's affirmed your choice.
That
Yeah.
okay, I'm going down the right path.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
only so much one human being can do,
Exactly.
right? And
Yes.
and if I don't know, I'm pretty sure like typically the people that run are typically like empty nesters. There's a lot of like if somebody they don't have the kids at home,
Like
or maybe
older.
they're retired,
Yeah.
right? That
Yes.
maybe or basically they'd have to be wealthy without having to
Exactly.
have the second income.
Yep.
You know, so those are the people that kind of would typically run, but you did it young, and then you decided to have a 1-year-old in the mix of it. So and
He's
but-
like, I didn't decide.
but life,
Yeah,
but
that
like,
just- yeah.
It
whatever.
happens.
But
Yeah.
you know, but that's life though,
That's
and
right.
you got to be able to see like, okay, wait a minute, I don't have all this free time, right? I don't have this free time. People do. Some people have some free time
Yes.
to be able to do it, and they say, okay, now I want to go serve my community and do it this way. To try to do like you were doing 3, like you said, family, business, and then the community. That is definitely a lot. So you definitely, there's no shame in that at all, I would say.
Yeah, no, thank
Not
you
at
for
all.
that. It's been an honor. And like I said, I still have a full year, and I just want people to be able to utilize me.
So what do you want to do in that year?
Yeah. What's this year going to look like?
Well, that's a great question, because the other question that would follow up or somewhere here would be, did you let people know early on that you felt this was the path? Because a lot of people were thinking I was going to run again or maybe a different role. And I completely understand that. But I wasn't sure. I'm new at this.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't know that if I said something too soon, would that impact my influence? You know, what I was able to do in the community.
Sure.
I think the timing is perfect right now. And so from now till December 31st of next year, I'm full steam ahead. I'm still running my council journey
Agendas.
full blown.
Sure.
You know, this is not going part-time. This is not, well, I'm gonna take it easy for the next year. I'm still full steam ahead.
Good.
Yeah, you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah. So what kind of give us some insight? What does that look like? Full steam ahead. What does that mean? Like you're talking about some of the things that you still have planned that you want to accomplish. Is it like continue to meet with people, like you said, be a resource? What's some practicalities around it?
Learning. It's still
okay.
still participating in conferences, not taking a seat back, still going through every agenda as detailed as possible, still asking the questions. There's so much work that goes into all of that. And yeah, if somebody comes up with an idea that they want me to help support them, I'll still do it.
You're still on. You're still
Yeah.
you're gonna make those connections.
Yes.
Still be able to find the resources to do
Yeah.
all of that.
To your point, when you started this meeting here or the show, is I'm not going to tell you, hey, you know, I'm going to be off here pretty soon. Can you start sending them somewhere else?
Yeah.
I'm still going to be like, all right, what do we need to do?
Send them over.
Send him over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have like any specific goal though? Is there one thing you want to get done in this year? Something passionate about the city?
I have brought economic development is always important.
Okay.
I'm looking, so there's a couple ways to answer that question. Remember, you can't be too specific on things.
You got to have the political response.
I'm looking for specifics, a game plan
Okay.
on who's the city trying to attract. With our local businesses here in Yuma, be it corporate, be it mom and pop,
Sure.
whatever category, how can we support them and keep them successful?
Mhm.
There's a lot of words thrown out there, manufacturing, distribution. We want to bring more of those companies. Well, okay, we've been saying that for a few decades. Can we now get a little closer, more detailed? And let's let the community know, if you want Trader Joe's, okay, let's get some specifics. Have we spoken to any of their executives and said, look, give us more detail?
Yeah,
We've had success with Sprouts, with Fry's. We're obviously a good community.
that's right.
What are we missing here?
Yeah.
Right? We have companies already that are manufacturing or distributing Yuma. Who can we attract that you work with that will make your job more efficient, that will save you money, that doesn't require you to go to another country?
Sure.
Without saying, country, but keeping it here in Yuma.
Okay.
The youth. I've been heavy with the youth. I've had some tours in Yuma at City Hall so kids can see. I've spoken to
Very cool.
multiple classes, all ages, all categories. And the biggest thing, it doesn't surprise me anymore, and I mentioned this too in another media, everybody knows the president of the United States. And they should know who our president is. But when I ask them locally, well, who's your mayor?
They don't
Who are your
know.
council members?
Yeah.
They don't know.
Mhm.
I really want to change that.
Okay.
Not only for the students, but for the adults that are having these conversations with these youth. Yes, keep them informed of what's going on federally, statewide, but you have to start local.
That's a good point. I could ask my teenager who our mayor is, and he'd be like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And they should know, because
Yes, they should.
that's where you really start feeling the impact, and then you work your way up.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Good answer.
So any advice for somebody that's looking to run right now, and then end it kind of with how they can get a hold of you, but go ahead and give that advice, or just give somebody some hope that, maybe you don't know it all. Maybe that you're going to find out what you're really good at, and find that and become that part of that balance that you talk about on city council. But give everybody out there, or anybody looking for that chance, some words of wisdom.
I think these questions that you both asked me, all that was answered. You kind of summarized it right now too. And so I feel like what you just asked me was pretty much expressed in this meeting.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, now the next step would be please reach out to me, tell me your personal ideas, and let's talk about that.
Sure.
And I'm not kind of deviating from your question or like words of wisdom, but I think the way you guys have answered the questions you've answered pretty much helped us address.
That sums it up.
That's 30 minutes of wisdom right here.
There
provided but by you both, and I was
And
just
you
here
too.
So how do people get a hold of you right now if they do want to run and need some advice, like on a just very practical level, like how do I get signatures or something?
Just to manage it, I would say look me up with City Hall.
Okay.
My email is Arturo, ARTURO.Morales, MORALES @yumaaz.gov.
Wow, you
Awesome.
remembered that. I wouldn't be able to remember that. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
And you spelled it out, so we're good.
The joke's gonna be if I got it wrong.
Yeah, people
Your
are like
last
right
name.
now, fact checkers are like, wait a minute, I just spelled
It's a
that
Z.
out. Yeah, I know. But no, thank you so much for being with us. I really, really appreciate
Yes,
it.
that was great.
And taking it short notice. Like I literally asked you yesterday if you could come on, and you move some things around. So I really feel honored about that.
I
Wish you
appreciate
the best of luck.
Thank you.
With your last year, you're not going anywhere. You're still
I
here.
still have a year, and go Yuma. I'm still resident here, so it's
That's right.
important for me to
Yeah.
get the right candidates and another good council.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
And you could tell that you definitely got a lot of things to do and a lot of meetings, because you keep calling this a meeting, and this is a worldwide radio show,
He's all
podcast all over the
meeting.
world. That's what this. I'm just kidding. Give you a hard
This
time,
is
man.
an interview.
Thank you so much, Art. And we'll be back after this with Lisa from Exceptional Community Hospital. They have an event coming on. I think it's their birthday. That's coming up right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
KAWC and Border Radio are supported by Church for the City, a family-centered church in Yuma committed to nurturing faith across all ages. The church supports parents and children through ministries, worship services, and programs that strengthen families and connect neighbors throughout the community. More information about Church for the City is at ctcfamily.com.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs was in Yuma on Monday. Governor Hobbs is crossing the state on what she's calling her Arizona First Tour. Hobbs formally announced last month that she is running for re-election in 2026. In Yuma, the governor met with local elected officials, small business owners, and ag leaders to discuss the impacts of higher costs for them. Jonathan Dinsmore owns and operates Dinsmore Farms in Yuma.
Right now, we're just looking to make sure that we take care of all of our ag employees, also focusing heavily on our resources like our water, being able to look at and plan ahead for certain prices with fertilizers, fuels, machinery costs are difficult right now. So anything that we can do to be able to work together with our state legislators and our governor would be really helpful.
While in Yuma, Governor Hobbs was also scheduled to visit the Amberleaf Place domestic violence shelter. Stay tuned to KAWC to hear from Hobbs and more on her visit. For KAWC News, I'm Victor Calderon.
Pianist Dmitry Kirichenko will be performing as part of the St. Paul's Concert Series at 5 p.m. on Sunday, November 16th at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. Dr. Kirichenko, who has performed throughout Europe and the United States, will be presenting works by Chopin, Schubert, and Beethoven. More at stpaulsyuma.org.
This is folk singer Michael Jonathan on Wood Songs this week. Jubilee Young continues the outlaw country legacy of his father, Steve Young, who wrote Seven Bridges Road for the Eagles, plus powerhouse voice of Imogen Clark from Australia, plus an amazing trio of Wood Songs kids. All this and more on the Wood Songs Old Time Radio Hour.
This evening at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
I'm Chris Wheeler, owner of Prison Hill Brewing Company. I support KAWC because I think KAWC brings a service to the community that you don't get on commercial radio. You have news, you have entertainment, you have things like Science Friday. It's a perspective that is not available on a commercial platform, and it's oriented towards the community, for the community, and from within the community. Prison Hill underwrites KAWC and community radio because of what it brings to Yuma. It is the local perspective told by residents and from the view of people in the community. I don't think you get that anywhere else. Supporting KAWC really does bring a service that is not available elsewhere. It's a worthy endeavor, and I think that will just feed back and make Yuma a better place. I'm Chris Wheeler, and I support KAWC.
K-pop fans, did you know that 80 new K-pop songs or albums were released in October? If you're tired of your old K-pop playlist, join me this week for the new release show on K-pop for Border for new October K-pop releases from Baby Monster, LE SSERAFIM, and Monsta X. K-pop for Border airs on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Kofa Radio. Stream the show on KAWC's app or website, or follow K-pop for Border on Facebook or Instagram.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Lisa from the Exceptional Community Hospital. I think it's just right up the street from over here, right?
It is. You know, I do have to share a quick story. I just took my son there a few weeks ago. He had a rash on his face, and I was like, okay, if I go to the hospital, it might be a while. If I go to urgent care, like no pediatrician appointments open. So we went there like literally 5 minutes in and out. I'm not even kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was awesome.
That's what we take pride in, for sure.
So fast. I was like, we were like ushered back. And
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, they knew what it was right away. We got the prescription. Like, it was just great.
It is.
I loved it.
Our community hospital, we're here to serve the community 100%. And that's part of our new initiative. It's called direct bedding. So when you come into the hospital, you're taken directly back to a bed.
I didn't even have time to fill out the form.
They usually, our front staff is incredible as well.
Yeah.
Props to the front staff, because I don't know that I could do that.
Yeah.
They follow you back. They fill out your paperwork. So when you're done, you're done.
Yeah, it was super fast.
It's nice.
I know. I was like just signing my name. They're like, okay, this is what's going on. Your prescription's at Fry's. I was like, what? We're done. It was great.
Yes. And we do have a whole new team of providers that are incredible.
Okay. So update since the last time you've been here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Updated providers. We have had nothing but compliments on them, which is really, really great to have compliments on a doctor. Usually we went from a 2.9 rating to a 4.1.
Whoa.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I can take no credit in it, but it has been incredible. And I want to throw out to you guys also, thank you so much for allowing us to come and speak on behalf of our trunk or treat.
Okay.
We thought maybe 50, 60. We had almost 1,500.
Whoa.
What? Yes. And I, of course, would ask, how did you hear about this? And a lot of them said,
wow. Thank you so much.
Global. What'd we say?
That's what I was trying to explain to Art earlier.
He didn't believe us.
Radio
he just said,
show.
this is a small meeting.
We're like, this meeting. This isn't a meeting.
No,
we're just hanging out.
We are
millions.
We are big time. So I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
You so much. That was
super happy for you.
So you'd mentioned, and we'll give some context. You said you couldn't take credit for it, but let everybody know your role there at the hospital.
So I am community liaison. I am kind of the voice or the face of Exceptional Community Hospital in Yuma. We are small. anything that happens in the community, I pretty much initiate or I try to be there, whether it's a healthcare fair. We now have an RN who travels with me and we do free CPR. So if you're a business out there, even here, and you want us to come and do a small CPR class free, this is just a workshop. This is not for
like you don't get
training.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
This is just more of a personal.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
at home. But like all of us, if you're in Walmart, you see someone drop, at least you'll have that knowledge on how to help until, paramedics can get there. So it's invaluable.
That's cool.
It's absolutely invaluable. So anybody out there listening, give me a jingle. We'll be happy to come to your offices and offer that
That's
service
neat.
as a community outreach.
That's really cool.
So that's my job.
Yeah. And so what does that look like practically? So you do you knock on doors and say, hey, do you need this? Or how do you let people know that you offer this?
I'm not Avon. No.
Yeah. I'm being very
or Mary Kay.
basic,
Or
but
Mary Kay, yeah.
like, how do you let people know?
Mainly social media.
Social media.
This type of stuff.
Sure.
I do send out emails to all larger businesses that have, their insurance and need that type of stuff. Again, it's invaluable. We have I don't know if Yuma realizes our different agencies in town that volunteer and that want to promote our community. And I'm really big on the community. So since I've taken this position, it's been about 2.5 years, our community partnerships have grown so much. It's crazy. Like for our trunk or treat, I had 21 community partners out there. Whether giving away free food, nothing was charged. Everything was completely free.
Wow.
But just letting the community know, from medical to, like TLCR, I forget, the rehab to different things.
Sure.
We had so many people out there that just wanted to promote their services. So it's a great partnership.
Cool.
So that's how mainly I've grown. Our popularity within the community that's how we've gotten out there.
So you have an event coming up.
We do.
Something's pretty special. You want to let everybody know about your event?
Yeah, so we have Exceptional Community Hospital in Yuma. Was our 3-year anniversary in August, and we are not only celebrating that, but we're also having a reaffirmation ceremony, which is reaffirming our commitment to our community, providing the services, expanding the services that we have offered, just promising everybody in Yuma, we're here and we're ready to serve.
Okay.
So I appreciate you not doing anything in August because it's hot. No, and I think the Prison Hill Brewery Brewing Company does that. Their anniversary is in the summer, I believe, or kind of close to it. But they always do something later when it gets cooler.
Yes,
because they're smart, right?
You don't want any lawsuits, right? They don't want anyone to die.
You don't want it. Yeah,
Right.
it's too hot.
It is so hot.
It is too hot.
So you guys decided you did it here, and then so this is to celebrate your 3 years here, and you said reaffirmation. So what are you doing to celebrate?
So we are having it's more of a private celebration with just our hospital staff, community leaders, local and state officials. It's a recognition of what we have contributed to our community and our reaffirmation of what we will continue to offer. One of them being compassionate care and strengthening our community health. Let's go back. Our CEO noticed that Yuma was in need of more medical, more healthcare services here. That's why Yuma Exceptional Community Hospital is in Yuma, not trying to replace anything.
Yeah.
You're just adding.
We're adding.
Just adding.
We're adding another choice,
which I love.
for Yuma.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Ronnie has the testimony right there.
Two times. I've taken both boys.
Twice now.
One with staples in the head, the
Oh
one
my
with the
God.
rash, in and out. Of
Right.
course, the staples took a little bit longer.
Yeah.
They did have to staple his head back
Jeez.
together.
Wow.
That was like an hour, though. Seriously, that's fast.
It is fast.
I'm glad
And
you
it's-
didn't try to staple at your house, Ronnie.
She walks in, she's like, I'm ready.
Just get some super glue. That's why I'm sitting here. I was a patient as well before I was hired.
You mentioned that.
Yeah. I was a patient as well. And so I believe in the process. It's hard to promote something when you don't believe in it, especially if you're me. If you guys know me, you know that I don't mince.
You got to be passionate.
Have to be passionate.
And I can't believe it's been 3 years. I feel like you
know.
guys just got here.
Well, yeah.
3 years is a long time.
3 years is a very long time.
It flew by.
It did. And we're very, very thankful to the community because this is a tight-knit community. And to break in on something that was so monopolized by another force, it's hard to get your foot in the door. But I think that our services and our staff speak for themselves. And if any of our staff is listening, I really cannot give them enough kudos because they are incredible.
Absolutely.
We're small.
Yeah.
We're small. So, our big thing is, treat every patient that comes through that door and whoever's bringing them, they need to be treated as family.
Yeah.
Because we're small enough. We're small enough to do that. If you're not receiving that, let me know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let me know because that needs to be addressed because that is really big on our list. And all of our staff knows that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this 3 year, you said you're celebrating internally. Is there like going to be a ceremony for the reaffirmation or anything?
We are.
Or?
We're having that this Thursday. We're having a lot of media coverage. So you are welcome to join and watch through the different news agencies.
Okay.
Nice.
Television. Again, a lot of our community partners have been invited.
Yeah.
Including all of you.
We're invited.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm a community partner. I
You're
like
a
this.
community partner. Absolutely. You say, hi, Lisa, you're my community partner.
Okay, great. We're in.
Right? Yes.
We're going to high five.
So I'm going to read this. For our reaffirmation pledge, we're going to continue providing exceptional patient-centered care, honor the trust placed in hospital by patients, their families, and community, work hand in hand with community partners to improve health and well-being, commit to delivering an unparalleled patient experience, remain steadfast in its mission to provide compassionate care and exceptional service to all who walk through their doors. And this isn't just words. These are not just words.
Yeah.
These are truly expressed. If you've been there before, you will understand. It is something you walk in. Like I said, you go back to a room. Our providers, we have new providers that are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I had a girl. I don't remember her name, but she was so great. And the guy,
probably Layla.
maybe, I don't know. She was super sweet. And my
son,
my son was 7. He was nervous. He's just naturally nervous anyway. So here we are in this new scary building and he doesn't know what's on his face. And they made him feel very comfortable.
Yeah. As part of our process too, we do Kids Cuddle Kit Closet. They're another partner. We partner with them. And as far as if we have it, if we have the means, they donate to us. And so usually when we have children come in, first come, first serve basis, we give them a toy or something. So it really is a compassionate care that they're offering.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
So if somebody wants to witness this reaffirmation, how do they do it?
So it's going to be on KYMA, Telemundo, the newspaper is going to be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big deal.
We're a big deal.
And we're invited, so we're a big deal too.
We're even bigger,
You are.
All right. So thank you so much for being with us. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with some Ronnie's Remedies. We're going to have some questions for that. And I think I'm going to have to answer them.
Yes, you have to.
Okay. I'm forced to. That's what I'm told to do. Thank you so much once again. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
The Colorado River Crossing Hot Air Balloon Festival fills Yuma skies with color and wonder November 14th through the 16th. Experience the artistry of balloon pilots during mass ascensions and the enchanting desert balloon glow at the Pacific Avenue Athletic Complex, 1700 East 8th Street. Information and full schedule at caballeros.org.
everyone. This is Pat Mitchell-Worley, and coming up next time on Bill Street Caravan, Memphis favorites Lucero take the stage. That's all coming up next time on Bill Street Caravan.
Thursday evening at 7 on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM. Today in Flagstaff, it is sunny and breezy with a high expected of 66 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 7 to 14 miles per hour, gusting to 25. Tonight, clear with a low of 33. In Prescott, it's sunny and breezy as well with a high near 72 degrees. Tonight, clear with a low of 42. In Kingman, it's sunny with a high near 79 degrees. Winds gusting up to 22 miles per hour out of the southwest. Clear tonight with a low of 53. In Yuma, it's sunny with a high near 89 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 60.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, we meet a family that was recently deported to Honduras despite having legal protections to remain in the U.S. We learn how their story is now part of a broader legal effort to return families like theirs who should be protected under a legal settlement with the U.S. government. That's next time on Latino USA.
Latino USA airs on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
The KAWC Student Newsroom is funded by the Local News Initiative at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, the Scripps Howard Fund, and by generous local support. Thank you for supporting the next generation of public media. Learn more about the project and hear stories from emerging journalists at kawc.org/student newsroom.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are back with some Ronnie's Remedies.
In case people don't know what that is, what is it, Johnny?
What is it? She answers questions in life's difficulties.
That's right.
And,
life, relationship, work, financial.
The pains of existing human
in the
existence.
World.
Yeah. Just
dealing with other humans.
Yeah, well, just being alive. You know, there's a lot of questions and pain points, as I like to say.
Pain points. Pressure points.
You know, and so you have an advice column.
Correct.
And the Yuma Sun. You've been doing it for how long now?
Oh my gosh! So the end of this month will be 1 year.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I just looked up my first published the other day, and it was the very last Saturday of November.
So yeah, we got to do something special for your birthday thing here.
You can buy me a cake.
Yes. Okay. Here's that Talon. You're buying her a cake.
Red velvet.
She likes red velvet.
I love
cake
red velvet. Yeah.
For the birthday anniversary.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been a year.
Yeah, my
and
goodness.
then like 8 months I'm on the show with you, and it's just flown by. Lots happened in the last 12 months of my life.
Yeah. So real quick, so how did it start? Was it because like I have good advice and people just aren't listening to me as much, so I'm going to publish it in the paper, or how that
I'm
happen?
giving free advice. I need to start being paid
you
for
get paid for it. Yeah.
But no, I just always loved like advice columns in the paper, like Ann Landers and Dear Abby, and I love all that stuff. So I just took the chance. I called the Yuma Sun. I went straight to the publisher, and she gave me a shot. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Like, and hearing it, like talking to the publisher and making something happen.
I was terrified, shaking, calling her. Like, come on, please don't answer.
Nice. She's not as mean as people say.
I was
no, I'm just kidding. No,
scared of rejection.
Yeah,
what if they say no? It's like, okay, big deal. But she said yes. That's what I was like. Oh no, now I got to work.
Yeah, same thing as Dave over here. He said yes to
He's
the
right
show.
behind you.
Yeah, I was behind me. Yeah, same thing as Dave right behind me over here said yes to the show.
Yeah,
and
you're
now
like,
we got to work. You know. Put it in. So what questions do you have today?
I always give you 3 topics.
Okay.
So this is the one that just came out, and we can go into it.
Okay.
Okay. So do you want to talk about crossing the friendship line with your best friend? Do you want to talk about social media, like, and what it can do to you? Or do you want to talk about like a flake for a friend?
Okay. Let's do the first one. Why not? Like it was number 1.
All right. Ready? It says, I made the mistake of dating my best friend. We have gone on a few dates and I'm not feeling it. I wish I had trusted my gut and stayed pals. How do I stop the dating, stay best friends, and not hurt their feelings? Signed, Regret City.
Yeah. So Regret City, that's just going to be regret, I think. Yeah. No, there's like, I don't think you save it after that. I'm not an expert. This is,
but it's kind of common sense.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think you can go back. To just be friends, because it sounds like they're the ones saying like, I'm not interested.
Yes.
And then that type of rejection, you brought up rejection earlier.
Yeah.
That's going to be something that's going to leave a scar.
I agree. And that's kind of what I wrote back. Like, I was like, wow, you're kind of I told this person, whoever wrote in, because it's all anonymous. And I said, like, you're kind of asking for a lot.
Yeah.
But you've changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you've had the experience with crossing lines with a friend. Like, I personally have, like, way back in the day.
I have not. No.
And we were like best friends. And then you just kind of like, you cross that line and it is never the same after that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean we're not friends, but it wasn't that like platonic friendship, that it was. So it's never going to go back. But what I told this person was to be honest, pull the Band-Aid off now. Because if you wait, you're just going to hurt them. But you don't even know. Maybe the other person's feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we're better off as friends. So until you have that conversation, how do you know?
So, I guess maybe that person could think that same thing. Yeah. But I think in a relationship, there's always like one that's really more into it than the other. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like this was the one that's not really into it. So like, crossing that boundary and trying to go back, I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. No. I think that you just got to say like, hey, it was good knowing you. See you later. I'm out of here. This is my new address over here. And don't call me. Number. Yeah, don't call me. Don't.
It's just going to be weird for a while. It'll be weird. You might have to just take some space, break it off, and then let time go by.
Yeah, and move out of the country. That's my advice. Yeah, you got to go.
No,
Mexico's not too far. So
yeah, I just said like be nice, be kind, let them down easy, but you can't control how they're gonna feel. Like you can't be like, oh, I don't want to date you no more, but let's stay best friends. That's a control issue.
That's a weird thing. Like like I want to stay besties. No, I don't think so. Like,
but we've seen each other naked.
Yeah, once that happens, it's all bets are off. That's it. Like once you get naked together,
it's so done.
It's over. It's over with.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of how that one. You want to do another one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we'll do the next one. It says, all I do on social media is compare my life to others. I know it's mentally wrong to do that. Everyone else looks happy, fit, and rich. I don't like the thoughts in my head when I see their lives, but I can't help it. How do I stop scrolling and comparing? Signed, wishing I was you.
Yeah. So, okay. That's it. That's actually a good one.
Yeah. Well, you're on social media a lot.
So, well, I do it for a living.
That's right.
That's what I do for a living, the social media. But everybody on social media puts their best foot forward, right? So you don't see the bad parts, right? It's like a fairy tale. Yep. Everybody just puts a fairy tale out there to look good.
Yeah. I mean, no one's going to post their ugly morning pictures, right?
And then like there's so many pictures are filtered now. And you could change the background of places, right? I see so many AI photos. It's like, my goodness. But it's so tricky,
though.
Yeah, somebody's
sometimes
like,
you don't even know.
It was like, I was at the beach, and like literally, they were not at the beach.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I swear, I've seen. There's one person that does it all the time, so you can't judge that. You can't go up there and kind of see like, well, they're living a great life because
you don't even know.
You don't know.
That's exactly what I said. I said, one, take a break, delete your social media, or can't you like mute it, or I don't know. You can sign out, whatever you need. Yeah, take a break, like a mental break. Take a break from seeing that. And exactly what I said. 99% of what you see is not real. It's either AI or that person has taken the time to stage that picture or whatever.
So on the What's Up Yuma page, we get a lot of followers. So I'll go back and I'll kind of look and it's like, okay, see who's following. And there'll be some girls that they maybe have like 15 photos up or something. And it's 15 throughout 3, maybe 4 years, but it's all at like, okay, I was at Paris this day. I was
is
over
that
here.
real?
It was just the really nice stuff. That's all they show out there. So you can't compare at all. Everybody just puts their best foot forward and it's just an illusion. It's absolutely
really is
an illusion.
And I said, take a break from that until you can emotionally handle what you're seeing.
Yeah.
And then go get some friends in real life.
Yeah. Friends IRL, right? That's IRL in real life. That's
away from keyboard. Yeah. IRL. Yeah. Go get some real pals. So that was fun.
Like the pals we have here.
Yes.
Real pals.
Friends.
So with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And tomorrow we have two Scotts. First, Scott Gross. He's going to bring in Victor, who's the head coach of
the women's soccer team.
All right. As
AWC,
well as Scott McLeod. He's going to be talking about the Penitentiary Pint Fest that's happening this Saturday.
Wow. All right. And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and past episodes at KAWC.org. kwwc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio and email us at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow with two Scotts.
Two Scotties.
Yeah, two Scotts. That's going to be great.
Double trouble.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma and Imperial Valley Wealth Management, offering solutions for those who value financial planning. YIVWM.com.
Thanks for listening to KOFA Yuma, whether it is on the radio at 94.7 FM or 1320 AM, or on your smartphone with the KOFA app, or on your computer at kawc.org. We are glad you have chosen us.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
BBC News with